Welcome to Throwback Thursday, where I play through a game that I've already reviewed in the past. And this week's request comes from Gary Baker, who requested Mega Man 3. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to split this up into a couple episodes. For this episode, I'm going to play through the 8 Robot Masters. And then I'll save the second half of the game for the next episode. Simple as that. So, this is a weird game in the sense that it has two weakness loops. There's one weakness loop that has a string of 5 robots. And then there's another weakness loop that has 3. And it's kind of like, you just go... You gotta kind of... Normally, you pick one... you can do it however you want. It's Mega Man. But, how a lot of people tend to do it is... You pick one robot that you feel very confident in beating with your regular arm cannon or Mega Buster. And then... you go follow the weakness loop from there, but you have to do that twice in this game because, there's one loop and then you're done, and then, you don't have a weapon that works on, or works well on any of the remaining robots that are left. I don't know why I'm doing this. Like, I really don't need to get that. It's just something that my OCD calls out for. I grab weapon energy capsules when I don't need them. Oh shit! I kind of half-assed that there. I was concentrating more on the blocks than I was on my own movement. Might shut up here a bit just to make sure I get across here. Whoops. This was the first this is the first Mega Man game that I was looking forward to because I got into Mega Man at Mega Man 2 when it had already been released. I distinctly remember there was this kid, Steve. I mean, he was a kid. He was like 15 or 16, and I was like 9. And he was at the, he attended the judo club that my stepfather ran. And, we were both into video games, and he recommended Mega Man 2. He let me borrow it, and then that was, a game changer right there. And then I remember, several, it was many months later when Mega Man 3 was being advertised, and I could not wait. This was one of my early memories of being really hyped up for an upcoming game was Mega Man 3. And I remember being, I don't know, surprised at the slide function. It was just weird, because I'd been, so used to how Mega Man operates. And then getting the slide feature was like, alright, this is something interesting. And it's been a staple ever since. In different ways. on to Hardman. I know I've talked about these soundtracks at great length, both in the reviews and in the soundtrack rankings, but, I mean, it doesn't get, you know, it's not a tiring subject at all. You know, it's just something about a game with a really good soundtrack that adds a whole nother element to the game. You know, it's like you not only enjoy playing the game, but you rock out to it too. I am a little, you know, I don't know, I guess I'm more used to having the Mega Buster than anything, than not having it. So it does often take me a little while to get used to not having it, especially when I have the slide. Usually those two go hand in hand. This is the only game that has that combination where you can slide and cannot use a Mega Buster. Wasn't really, wasn't really dying for health just now. Oh, shit. And he takes off. What a fucking asshole. He came in, did his damage, and got the hell out. I was, you know, I wanted to fight him just to get a power-up after that. I don't know, too, those guys annoy the hell out of me. They just have this, they have very punchable faces. So I don't know, I'm always tempted to just, you know, go after them more based on that only. I just want to kill them, those monkey fucks. It seemed like Breakman was taking more shots to kill than normal just then. And down he goes. And this was the last Mega Man that had the little, I don't know, I guess you could say like a pop-up window for your items in your inventory instead of, you know, the whole other screen that started with Mega Man 4. And that same, you know, interface would be there for 4, 5, and 6. And then different variations of it, you know, it would always take you to another screen, but it's, Mega Man's 1 through 3 was, you know, like it was like a pop-up window. Oh, shit, I forgot that you let go of the ladder. I don't know what I just got. Was that an extra life? No, it was, no, I think it was. Yeah, because I died in the Magnet Man stage. Alright, so that makes up for that. It was a little unexpected. I'm like pushing, I'm pushing the shoulder buttons like as if I can make the adjustments, of which weapon I have, like I'm playing Mega Man Maker. I'm just so used to that, lately. This is, you know, I gotta say though, like the, I think the pop-up windows in Mega Man 1 and 2 are better than this one. Though I don't really like the way that you navigate in that this little side. I mean, you're supposed to kind of use. I remember I always had a hard time getting to the hard knuckle when I got to this point. I kept trying to hit right, and then I'd hit like diagonal and right. It's like, oh no, you just hit up and down, and that's how you get there. That was you know, a problem for me early on when I first. I can't even pause it now. Oh wait, that's not gonna fucking work. I want the. I'm just gonna use the fucking arm cannon. I think the hard knuckle works pretty good on him, but it also takes you know, a while for that weapon to get over there. You may have noticed that I've called that guy Top Man's cousin, and I called that tubby fuck in Airman stage with the fan in his stomach, Airman's cousin. That's kind of an inside thing. Somebody that I went to school with. The funny thing is, I don't even know who this. I know who the kid was that I'm talking about. He told me that his friend, who I never met, don't know who he's talking about, would refer to that guy as Airman's cousin, and that's where the whole cousin thing started. And then I kind of started calling that guy Top Man's cousin on my own. Like a robot if there's anytime there's a robot master that has a similar size and stature and as a regular robot master and utilizes the weapon of the robot, they're always the cousin of the robot master. Like, that's kind of just the how I associate them. Top Spin, the worst weapon of all time. They did improve the hell out of it in Mega Man Maker, though. You know, you can basically use it to jump on enemies and hurt them that way, and that led to a lot of cool stages being created, like recreations of, you know, Super Mario Brothers, for example, where, like, you know, you stomp on. Or any game like that where you stomp on the hazards. Alright, here's where it's gonna start getting dark. The thing about the Magnum Missile is it doesn't take long for it to lose all your ammo. It depletes fairly quickly. Thank you. I could have, you know, refilled it a little bit right there. I decided not to for some reason. Thankfully, though, you know, like, there's no death pits in that area. That would really suck. Or it would suck even more if, like, this upcoming stretch here, where you jump across the lava. If this was dark, it would really suck. Part is so fucking tedious. It's like the whole second half of the stage. Dragonflies. I didn't even have to jump over that last one. I just felt like it, I guess. This one and the final boss is where the only time I ever use top spin. And now moving on to the back half of this of the Robot Master roster. This is also the last of this weakness loop. Because Sparkman's weapon will be useful against Magnet Man. And then it's like, you know, a whole nother weakness loop, the other three guys. Give me that. Thank you much. You know, it doesn't bother me, but I could see how... Well, I could see how that would hurt. I could see how the flashiness of the of this state, the background would be annoying. I think it actually it tends to flash by so quickly that it doesn't really get irritating, and most of the unless you're looking directly at it, you know, as long as I mean, if I just keep my eye on everything around the platforms, then it's hardly even noticeable, really. It's just kind of like a decorative, like a Christmas tree with simmering lights. That's about, you know, as close as anything that I could compare it to. Ah. Now, the Rush Marine doesn't really... Excuse me, it doesn't get much use. I think Mega Man 4, and then that was it. That was the end of it after that, not counting the Game Boy games. But one of the problems, you know, is, you know, it's like a lot of its use of, you know, there's only one stage in the game. Well, there's two stages in the game of water. You've got Gemini Man's, the back half of that stage, plus the same thing in the second half with the whoa shit, like the remix levels, I call them, where you go through the alternate Sparkman stage again, the alternate Gemini Man stage again, and the other, yeah, so you go through the water again in the other Gemini Man stage. But in Mega Man 4, you only, you know, you get the, there's Dive Man and Toad Man have water, but you get the Rush Marine from Toad Man. So it's like, you know, why would you, I mean, you can go back. Ah, shit, I forgot you can't, I'm thinking like this is the Metal Blade, like I can't fire down. You know, so it takes away a whole stage where you want to be using it. I don't know, it's one of those hindsighty things. I kind of like what they did in Mega Man 9, where, well, they started at Mega Man 9, where you get, the bonus items after, you know, you get your rush items after the 4th stage and the 8th stage, no matter what stage you go by. So it's not like okay, the rush jet you get from Needleman here. If you, and he will, you know, inevitably be my 8th robot conquered. But you can never use the rush jet in Needleman stage. You can't. I mean, you have to use it in the remix stage later on, but in Needleman's actual stage, you cannot use the rush jet because you get the stage, you get the weapon from his stage. You get the item from his stage. And that's the only way you can get it, and you can't go back. But in the way Mega Man 9 operates is, you can, because it all depends on what order you choose, you can use any of those items in any stage. I think that was a cool way of doing it. I always get shit I don't really need. I mean, there's only... what are the odds that they're actually going to give you, you know, an extra life or something? I think that there's never an E-Tank in there. I love when these guys just commit suicide, basically. I mean, they're robots, you know, like, they don't have free will, but they're like, I mean, Mega Man is a humanoid. He has human characteristics. He's not just a mindless robot. A lot of these robots, though, that Wily has for his minions, his minor robots that have like one specific function, they are more robots in that sense. And then they'll just do shit like that, walk right off the fucking edge of the... Oh, shit. Do it in slow motion now. I'm gonna search snakes. I remember when I was friggin'... No, I was younger than what I thought I was. I was in 3rd grade, so I was 7 or 8. No, I was actually, 1990 is was when Mega Man 3 came out, so I was 7. And I did not know how to pronounce Gemini. Like, I did not know what a Gemini was. It seemed like this was the beginning. Like, every year a game would come out, a Mega Man game would come out, and one of the Robot Masters, I would not know what the fuck they were talking about. with like, Gemini. What the hell's a Gemini? And I thought it was, I think I pronounced it Gemini. Or Gemini, Gemini. I don't remember what it was. I didn't get it right. It took until a couple times my mother or my dad would tell me, like, oh, you know, they correct me and tell me what the hell I was supposed to be saying. But yeah, Gemini Man. I was like, I do not know what a Gemini is. I'd never heard of the word. Mega Man 4. Pharaoh Man. That was the one that I didn't know what the hell Pharaoh meant. I didn't know what napalm was when, you know, Mega Man introduced me to napalm, and then Yamato. I don't think anybody knew what that was. Anybody outside of Japan, anyway. So, you know, it was like a... Mega Man was a learning experience. As a lot of games were more than they, you know, what a lot of people would give them credit for, because they were, you know, labeled as mindless entertainment, which in a lot of ways they are, and they were, and... But, you know, there was a lot of shit that I took in because of video games that I wouldn't have, you know, I eventually would have learned what napalm was anyway, but, you know, I ended up learning about certain things earlier because of video games. And Mega Man in particular. Now, the funny thing is that, you know, I always thought that Mega Man 4 was the first game that started the whole deceptive, who is behind all this crap, and then it's a swerve to Dr. Wily. I thought that that started with Mega Man 4 because they came right out in the cutscene and said it. You know, Dr. Cossack is heavily promoted as the antagonist. And I don't know if it was because, I don't know, I think I might have read it in an issue of Nintendo Power or something, that there were, you know, at the end of the game is Wily stages, and I think I might have gotten a spoiler from it or something, but also the lack of cutscenes in this game. I know that they mention in the manual, but you know, there's nothing much in the way of a story mode in this game as far as, you know, like having an intro that tells you what the hell's going on. Dr. Light mentions Gamma later on, kind of haphazardly, or like matter of factly, like I know what the hell he's talking about. I might die here. I went into this one with not much in the way of health. Yeah. If I had not fired those snakes in the opposite direction, I might have gotten them though. I wanted to save a life, like as if I'm saving somebody's life. I wanted to save my own life, one of my own lives. I meant to jump and I slid there. Anyway, I mean, there was a lot of things about this game that felt rushed. The Wily Castle stages seem to be kind of cobbled together, just thrown out there. And they're short in some cases. The lack of cutscenes. When there was a pretty robust story. with the whole peacekeeping machine, Gamma, and everything like that, it gets kind of glossed over. And I think a lot of the stuff was, I mean, you look at the intro, it's just like, bam, right to title screen. It's got this very epic intro, music, anyway. I mean, the music is epic, not the intro itself. Visual, there's nothing happening. So, I think a lot was left out. I think there was, a lot was was left on the table, and it was a very ambitious attempt, because you have all those remix stages, you know, you have, it was meant to be a more grandiose game than it ended up becoming. I still love this game. I mean, it's just that I would love to see what the full experience was supposed to be like. So I'm willing to bet, too, that, you know, the Robot Masters being tossed in those suits was not the original idea. I bet you that they wanted to incorporate the original sprites, and that the suit thing was some half-assed way of making it happen easier and quicker. Nope, I went back to that one too quickly. Ah, getting stomped here. Ah, God. That one hurt. Why am I going after you? Like, it matters here. We like that E-Tank, though. See, like, it's funny, like, there's no part in, there's no item that's stashed away anywhere in any of the Robot Master stages where you need the jet. You know, it's like, obviously you don't want to put something that you have to collect in the, into the... Oh, man, I missed him. Wow, I flawlessed him. You wouldn't want to have something that you'd have to get in, you'd need the jet for, because you would be, stuck, and you'd have to, you know, beat Needleman before a certain other robot. But, you know, like a hidden item, or like not a hidden item, but an optional item, like an E-Tank or an extra life, have that stashed away somewhere where you need the jet. You know, none of that happens, so it's really inconsequential that I didn't get the jet till just now. So, that concludes, the Robot Masters, and, we'll move on to the second half of the game next week, where I'll take on the remix stages. So, that's it for this week. I'll see you next time.